My name is Brecken Thies with the Washington Examiner. We're joined by Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Absolutely.
So Father's Day is coming up this weekend, and I just want to get a sense for the sort of responsibilities that a father owes his family and how he can display virtue to them.
Great question. Well, I'm a father of three. My boys are 10 and 8, and I've got a little girl. I keep saying baby girl, but she's not quite a baby anymore. She's 2, Abigail. And I just think, as I become a dad and as I continue to grow as a dad, I think providing for your family, protecting them, and then really nurturing them, looking to their growth, those are the key things that I think as a dad, at least in the stage that I'm in right now, are so important. And just on that, the providing I hope is obvious, but on the protecting piece, just think about the stuff that kids are exposed to today on mobile platforms, on the internet, social media. I think as a parent, there's so much out there. There's so many people who really want to influence my kids, who would really like to raise my kids rather than me. You got Joe Biden saying they're all our kids.
Not somebody else's kids, they're all our kids.
No, they're not. They belong to the parents. There's a reason for that. And I think as parents, as dads, it's part of our job to protect our kids and to really help form them and nurture them.
Our society has this stereotype of fathers, they're clumsy or they're stupid, they're emotionally disconnected from their family or they're not around. That sort of rejects the traditional model of leadership, of providing, like you said. What do you think the societal impact of messaging like that is for people's expectations for fathers?
Well, I think it's for young people in particular, for young men, if all they've grown up with on TV and social media is the image of dads as either, as you say, absent or abusive or idiots. Those are kind of the extremes, right? It's one of those three options in our popular culture. And this is, by the way, there's been data. There's studies done on this, that this is not anecdotal. You can look at the portrayal of men and fathers on television in popular entertainment over the last 30 years. And those are basically the portrayals you get, which are false. Sure, some men are absent. That's bad. Some men are abusive. But I think what we ought to be saying to young people and to young men is, number one, there's tremendous value in being a father. I just say unapologetically, the best thing you can do with your life, you want your life to matter, get married, have a family, be a husband, be a father, invest your life in somebody else's life. Don't just live for yourself. That will be the path to true happiness and true significance.
One of the most important jobs fathers have is displaying what proper masculinity should look like for their children, especially their son. Yet young men are falling behind in pretty much every major metric for success, education. They're either not getting married or they're getting married later. They're not starting families. They're delaying moving out of their parents' houses. What do you think is causing that, and how can that trend be reversed?
Well, one of the things that's causing it is a lack of fathers present currently in the home, lack of male role models. So you have a generation, multiple generations now, many young men have grown up without their dads around. We have an epidemic of fatherlessness in this country. So that's a huge, huge driver of it. The left and their messaging in the media is another huge driver. Men are told all the time that to be a man is to be toxic. That if you're a man, you make the world a worse place, and that fathers are irrelevant, or maybe they contribute to the great injustice of the world. All of that stuff is false. We need dads desperately. And my message to young men is, hey, whatever your relationship is with your dad, whether you had a good one or a terrible one or none, you can be the person who breaks the cycle. You can be the person who changes the destiny of your family. If you get married and have a family, and you don't have to do it perfectly, but if you will try to spend time with your kids, if you will try to invest in them, that will pay huge dividends in their life and in your life, and it can change the whole trajectory of your history and your family's history.